here with another exciting live stream. I hope you guys are hyped for another Assassin's Creed Origins video. Give me one moment to pull up the live chat for this video and to set the proper monetization settings. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, relaxing, energizing, productive, happy, fun Sunday today. Today's been pretty chill. At some point I'm going to do a video about my sentient AI medieval fantasy program that I worked on yesterday. I'm really hyped about doing a video like that, but right now I want to play a game. So that's why I'm hitting this up. I actually messaged my friend Kratos. I was trying to see if he was free to do some Marvel vs. almost like Comcast, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. But I don't think he's free at the moment. I know that he's currently learning more about video editing. So if you guys want to check out his YouTube channel, see what he's been up to, make sure you guys check out Heart of Cards on YouTube. Okay, so I set the monetization settings, so now I am going to click view on YouTube, and I should have the live chat up momentarily. I apologize for the delay. Okay, so now I'm going to pop out the live chat if it'll let me. Here we go. And we should be good. So now, let's jump right back in to Assassin's Creed Origins. Find and bring Pamu to Menet. Let's see. He might be at the village tavern. Is this that? Okay, this is where I'm going. And it looks marked on the map. Yeah, let's go there. Oh, wait. Were there any fast travel points that were next to that? Because if so, I can just zoop. Yep, I can go here. Sometimes I don't know what's faster, just exploring through the world or fast traveling through the world. The reason why I say that is because the fast travel has like a loading screen in its own right, and I'm like, is it really that much faster? Okay, there we go.
This must be Pamu. Ugh. Man stinks of beer.
That guy right there. Does he have like enemies or whatever?
Oh, thank you. I've been trying to get him to leave for hours.
I imagine he was supposed to do stuff in the Hippodrome, but now he can't do stuff in the Hippodrome because he's drunk out of his mind. So now I'll probably have to take his place.
My spirit cannot follow my wife to the field.
Okay, so we're gonna place him on our steed. Before it seemed like he was passed out, now he's able to just sit up normally for the most part. Sorry, what just happened? For a minute I thought I hit an invisible wall. I was like, none. It is interesting to ride through buildings like this. It's just unusual to ride animals indoors in the modern day. Oh my goodness. Just let me go through the door. Oh my gosh. He'll like whip the neck a little bit more than I think he will when I like hit the joystick. I want him to just kind of go straight. I trampled that guy. Oh my gosh. Can you not go through the door? Is it like that you actually can't do it? Or is it just I'm hitting at the wrong angle? Oh, I'm breaking glasses and shit. Okay, hold on. Yeah, you just can't. I don't think you can. It looks like you'd be able to fit.
Men ahead.
That is Pamu! What has happened to him?
His passion for toasting Sekhmet has exceeded his head for drink.
This is a disaster! People have come from the Red Land and the Black to see him fight.
If a fight is all that is needed, I could replace him.
Of course, Magi. You honor yourself in saving me from disgrace. Speak to the High Priest in the temple courtyard. He will take care of the rest.
Okay. That's kind of how I predicted this would go. Though, I thought it was going to be a race. Before I, like, parkour my way over there, is the fast travel point just right next to the thing? Oh, it is? Oh, wow. Just depending on what you're doing, you're gonna see like the loading screen is really often. The fast travel point isn't just really close to where I'm going, it just is where I'm going. That's gonna hurt a little bit.
Your Holiness, I am here to fight for Sekhmet.
You're not Pamu. He was meant to play Sekhmet.
Pamu is ill. He is recovering at the temple.
Fine. Follow me.
What was the significance of the hippodrome? He was meant to fight for Sekhmet, and Homeboy was like, play Sekhmet. I was like, play Sekhmet? Is it like a play where you enact like God's battle? Oh man, my hair's like clipping through it. Or is there just no top to the
Though
helmet?
this is a friendly bout, you must stay vigilant.
Do not fear. Sekhmet will receive a fine tribute.
We give thanks for your presence on this sacred night. We invite your witness on the solemnity of our custom.
I'm sorry.
We unveil to you a ritual that has guarded us for century upon century.
I want to hear the story.
Every eye to look upon the warrior for whom the two skies open. Sekhmet, Lady of Slaughter. The light rises with Sekhmet and falls as she
If
falls.
we delay too long, the High Priest will have harsh words for us.
I just wanted to hear what you were saying. I felt like if I walked in the ring, I wouldn't have heard the rest of what that guy was talking
Malice
about.
cling too strongly to your hearts. Isfet, the evil one, shall smite the goddess. And condemn Yamu to 100 seasons of darkness. But should your hearts be pure, the goddess shall favor us, shielding us from the obscurity of chaos.
This is a ritual battle. But is it like
Let
fake
the
or
battle begin.
is it fake or real? Like if I roll up on this fool and hit him, do I kill him?
judgment, fast on the soul, mortal.
I'm trying to remember how you do shield bash. I think it's like... That's not how you do shield bash. So I don't think you kill him, I just think you beat his ass.
I could swear you were the Blood Eater herself.
Ah. No, the priest's recounting of the battle between the goddess and Isfet was new to me.
It is a tale of his own invention. You will not hear it outside Yamu. Would that you'd agree to stay with us longer. But I know that greater duties call you.
I'll say goodbye to the children before I leave.
Do so. They'll miss you. You are always welcome in Yamu, whenever your journeys bring you to our known.
Let's see. Oh, I got that as an outfit? I can wear that whenever I want? Oh, that's kind of dope, actually. Like, I switched to this outfit because it was more like an Assassin's Creed outfit. But that outfit is literally like you're dressed as like a god or whatever. Hell yeah. You roll up on people that's like, who are you? It's like, I am Sekhmet, Lady of Slaughter. That's cool. I like that. Okay. So there's this one mission, Gear Up, that I had trouble doing. It's like a super basic mission. It's like the first mission you're supposed to do in the game. Oh, there are a whole bunch of pelts. Okay, hold on. From a map perspective, where is that? So that's all the way over here. So there's no fast travel into that guy. We're just gonna have to run for it. Get on our trusty steed, the camel, who doesn't work in this building. When you run through these like ritual areas, it feels really weird. It feels like incredibly awkward. Because like part of me is like, I know it's like a simulated thing, but it doesn't make sense for someone to just like run through while they're like worshiping. I feel like the water is probably symbolic of something. You just run through it. Let's see. Parkour. You probably would hit your head or something. Parkour. That hurt. Parkour. When you call your camel and it's like, between me and my destination is just water. I was about to say, is it shallow? I was just walking for a good bit. So I need to hunt down some animals so I can get their pelts, so I can make a really shitty breastplate that I'm not going to use. This is a thing. I brought this up in a past stream.
God love a generous soul.
But whenever you're swimming for any extended period of time, a boat just shows up and you can just commandeer the boat. That was a smooth jump. Oh, more of what I'm looking for? Perfect. These guys can't really hurt me. So I don't have to be like strategic in how I fight. I can just kind of do it.
This will be enough. Thanks to Nea, goddess of hunting.
So they say go to the crafting section of your gear to upgrade your breastplate. Oh, this. It increases your health to do that? My mind suddenly like, so how many times can I do that? You can increase hidden blade damage? What was that material? Is it collect more material? I don't know what the heck that thing is. The picture's so weird. Like that's a log that can be used to increase your arrow capacity. That's a pelt. Like I get that. Log. Different pelt types. Oh, that's how you increase the number of tools you can have? So there's like a whole other progression system in this game that I just wasn't aware of. Excuse me, even though it's like one of the first things they try to teach you in the game, I just didn't care, didn't do any of that. Didn't I just do this? Didn't I just craft a breastplate? Did I mess something up? I'm pretty sure I finished my mission. Wait, am I supposed to level it all the way up? Like as high up as I can get it?
This will work perfectly.
Oh no, I just need to leave the start menu. For a minute I thought it was like a grand thing. You just had to like keep doing it. No, you gotta tap up for Sinu. I can keep hunting. Now that I know I can like increase my health. That shit's kind of wild. If I remember correctly, animals don't win the stamina game. Oh, damn! Oh, shit! Yo, my bird can come down and kill animals if they're weak enough? Goodness. That's kind of wild, too. I've never tried to do that. Real quick, pin that up. If I keep upgrading my breastplate or whatever, I'll have, like, hella health. Yeah, get at him, Sinu. We're about to fuck up this thing's whole day. So, I can just chase them. I don't have to be stealthy about anything. I roll up on him. He tries to run away from me. Oh, I can try to hit him with the shit, even. I don't know how well that'll work. Yep, I mean, that worked pretty fucking well. So I could potentially run up on him swinging then. Okay. I can do that. I imagine there are probably people who play this game, and the first thing they do is like try to... Oh, hold on. I just tried to like randomly start swinging. That probably won't work. It's a very slow swing. Oh. Oh. We're getting a hippopotamus hose. Can I get any of these? Yeah. Bitch. Bitch. You know what level I am? Bitch. Get that loot. He's gotta hit a stun lock. He just keeps hitting him. Like, it's not a lot of damage. It's just I couldn't get through his like constant onslaught. Yeah, hippo. I just need to dodge. That's the main way to get out of that stun lock. When you just don't dodge, you just let him keep hitting. So my question right now is, how close am I to the breastplate? Oh, I can just do it. Nice. So let's pin it. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't just upgrade your breastplate. I can just keep doing this. Like, you just start in like a fairly low level area or whatever. This is actually tripping me out a little bit. So I'm out in the wilderness. I don't see the shimmer for. That's where you get whatever the fuck that material is. Hold on. What's that material for? I remember looking at it and I was like, I don't know what this is. It increases your hidden blade damage. I don't know what it is, but I kind of want it. So, we're gonna go for this. It's different. I also want to amp up my health. This is the first time I've encountered the hidden blade damage thing in the wild. Ooh, I got a message from my friend Alexandria. Oh, and I got a message from my girlfriend. Give me one moment. What was the last Assassin's Creed game that you played? Let's see. And then I'm gonna message my girlfriend. Oh shit, it's like a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. So she's telling me about her D&D campaign. Oh, I need to pause it. I forgot I'm chasing after a boat. I'll read the whole thing, the boat will just be gone. It seems like her character is becoming a little bit more cunning and using like more strategy based on what she said. In D&D. She's talking about stuff like getting breakfast, like very mundane tasks that happened in her D&D campaign. Oh, and she was able to haggle during breakfast, though. That makes sense. It makes it, like, worth bringing up. Wait, is that what she means by being, like, more intellectual? She's just haggling? I mean, that's fair. Okay. They went to an armor shop during their campaign. They found a couple who were crying. Someone took their children. There's an insect infestation. Let's see. Her character finds a fingerprint. So, like, investigating the missing child. Wait, they're using fingerprint? Isn't this like medieval fantasy? Did people follow fingerprints and stuff like that? They went to the Adventurers Guild, explain what happened. Children are being kidnapped that night. They make a plan to protect the remaining children. They bring all the kids to one area, which honestly just makes that area a target to whoever's kidnapping all the kids. Makes it easier to get all the kids, I would argue. But they get all the kids together so they can protect them. Let's see. She puts out fake alcohol that she labels as poison, hoping that enemies will drink it. Well, sorry, the opposite. She puts out poison that she labels as alcohol, hoping that the enemies will drink it. Which sounds like it could be bad. Like one of your allies could accidentally drink that. They go to a tavern. They learn that the kingdoms are at war, and that animals are in frenzy everywhere. And there's a revolution. They leave the tavern. Interesting. So I'm gonna ask her, you guys haven't saved the kids yet? Well, haven't stopped the kidnappers yet? And then I'm gonna say also, right now I am playing Assassin's Creed Origins. Feel free to message me in the live chat. Okay, on to get the material that'll help improve my hidden blade. Dun 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 dun. Dismount. Get off this boat. Hey, what you got there on your boat? Okay. Bronze. That's the material. Oh, that's cool. So what's in the water? What just killed those hooks? Oh, it's just a hippo. Bet. Hard leather. There's a bunch of hard leather everywhere. But right now I actually need soft leather pelts. I don't know what that material marker is. This guy's like transporting material I want. This is like an enemy camp or whatever. I marked the wrong thing. Yeah. We're gonna go for their ass. Also, I feel like it's probably fine to collect any material you want. That you know is something that like is useful. Like if I know the breastplates are like hard and soft leather, and you're always gonna need varying amounts of hard and soft leather. You could just be like, then I always collect hard leather when I see it, I always collect soft leather when I see it, and then you're always gonna have like enough to get. But I do think that should be the new objective. Like the new objective should be upgrade these breastplates. I was going around from area to area feeling like the game was like a little difficult at times. When you could like assassin kill somebody and instead you just drop shit on their head. That guy was really bad. I missed so many times. Like well on the approach. We're getting him. Who's the shooting guy? I see the arrows flying, but I can't tell where he's standing. Did a lot of these guys just have nothing on them? That guy had gold. Did I already loot whoever had like the material? Also, I thought that this camp of soldiers was gonna have like, I don't know, like some kind of like greater objective or something. Oh my gosh, hold on. Yeah, you can do this. I forgot that you have like sinew vision, where you can like target things directly. So like now I'm tracking these hoes. There's soft leather that's just easier to track. One of the things that my AI can do, like my sentient AI, is that it can like hunt and collect pelts or whatever. Oh, it's just in the water. I'm like, oh, there's like a sleeping animal in the water. But now I think about it, that doesn't make any sense. How would they breathe? Can I do the breastplate yet? I need 2 more things of soft leather. I don't know what those icons mean. There's a guy sleeping. Like, didn't I come over here and like kill those guys? That's just wood. I don't really need wood. What I really need is soft leather. Hey, there it is. I see soft and hard leather. If we check the map where I marked it, I'm right here. And it's over here. If I fast travel, I will be closer. What's the level of this area that I'm in? It's still in the like the 6 to 8 range or whatever. It's nothing crazy. Improving Sinu's vision actually makes sense now. I understand why I do that. If you improve Sinu's vision, it'll become easier to find resources that you can use to craft better gear. But gear crafting doesn't work the way that I thought it did. You essentially have like some base gear that you don't ever trade out for other stuff. Or if you do trade it out, it's like, it still keeps its upgrades or whatever. So then you'll want to craft to like further improve your gear. Because even if you get like, because the gear that you get is like weapons, it's not like armor stuff. And anything that you get that looks like armor, it just looks like armor. It's like an aesthetic thing. Like what I'm wearing right now is just aesthetic. But I could change outfits and I would still have the same breastplate upgrade as I currently have on right now. Soft leather, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, real quick, before you chase that guy down, upgrade that breastplate. Oop, I clicked the wrong thing. If I can get it to maximum. So if it always just costs like, if it always only costs hard leather and soft leather, then what I said before stands true. Just collect hard leather and soft leather wherever you go. Sinu's like beak of death is wild. See some hard leather. It doesn't even seem particularly hard to get the respective like soft and hard leather that you would want / need. Am I just trampling these guys or am I actually hitting them?
predicament. Time is up.
My brain's like, what the fuck's happening? Is it like illegal for you to hunt? Hold on. Fuck. I want to get these animals.
Stop!
So I want to try and get that leather. I hope you're carrying soft leather or hard leather. Oh, he's not carrying shit. He was being so defensive, I actually needed to dash towards him to get that axe. Is this crafting available? It was probably not what I want to craft. Okay, so I have enough pieces of soft leather. Now I specifically need hard leather. Oh, and luckily there's a good bit of hard leather. Just not like right where I'm at. Hard leather is normally like sea creatures. The big beast. Like alligators and hippopotamus and stuff like that. It's cool that Alexandria used to play Assassin's Creed games. Yo, I used to do these. I used to do these little outposts. Damn, I am very tempted. I'll hit up this outpost soon. The more upgrades my breastplate has, just the better I'll be in general. I imagine you could have played through this whole game and never upgraded your armor. I did that for like Batman Arkham Asylum. I was at the last level and I was like, I don't understand how you're expected to actually like win. Like I don't know how you could defeat like the big like Venom powered Joker or whatever. And what I learned was the solution is that I just hadn't upgraded my armor ever. So then I upgraded my armor and the game was just significantly easier. Like that final boss guy was arguably like a pushover. So I feel like earlier I was trying to do a thing where it's like you go to a stronghold that's much like higher level than you and you just like fight your way through the stronghold. But I learned that everybody hits so hard that if you're too under level you just can't beat them. But now that I know about this breastplate system, which has nothing to do with what level you are, you could probably just load up your breastplate and just have like stacked health. That would only help marginally, but sometimes it felt like all I needed was like a marginal bit of help. Like sometimes it felt like I didn't need like a ton of assistance. I just needed enough not to die. I see that boat right there. I'm like, do you want me to snatch your boat? Are you gonna come snatch me up? What are we doing here? Are you gonna come to my aid? I'm blowing up. Yeah, it's looking like a crocodile this time. No longer a hippo shit. He's pretty good. Oh, there was a whole mission related to him. I was not aware. How much more do I need? I need one more. Okay. Give me cinnamon. fairly close. Hello, I don't know what you just said. I'm gonna take this boat, though. Magi. What you Hurry up, Hippo. He's swimming a lot. Damn. The circular maneuver is surprisingly effective. Oh shit. Alright, here we go. I turned on target lock. Alright, there we go. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I don't have any more ability points. Okay. Breastplate. Yes. Cool. Pennant. Gonna need more pellets. Might as well head closer to shore. Pennant. Grab it. Is there a boat nearby? Sir, allow me to commandeer your boat. Oh wait, I brought a boat here. Never mind. I've already commandeered a boat. I didn't know that the hippopotamus corpses just stayed in the water like that after you kill them. Like, they don't sink, they float. Also, I had trouble saying hippopotamus like a second ago. I've been watching a lot of Marvel Contest of Champions deep dives where they go over characters in depth and talk about their different abilities and what team synergies they have. And at the end of every episode, they say, catch you on the flippopotamus. And now when I think about hippo, I think about flippo. I got my brain all twisted. Also, if you just continually upgrade the breastplate and you hunt these like low-level like creatures in your area, game's easy. Everybody's so low level, and you're constantly making your armor stronger. You don't really have to worry about getting booted by enemies. Hippos are floating quite a bit. I think this guy's sleeping, but he won't be for long. Oh, is he just dead? Oh, well, that's easy. I almost have all the heart leather I need. Looks like that boat's getting attacked. I think the thing attacking the boat will give me all the hard leather I need. Where's he at? Where's the thing attacking your boat? Oh, it's this. There we go. I don't think he had enough hard leather. Right now my thought process is like, I need 2 more hard leather. All the hard leather I need is probably like by the shore. You probably got soft leather. It had a pelt. I imagine pelts aren't interchangeable with the leathers. The music's kicking in. I normally don't hear the music. I don't really want to leave this coastline. Did I kill like... Oh wait, I already got all the hard leather I need. Never mind, I'm totally fine with leaving this coastline. I guess one thing I'm slightly curious about, is there a fast travel point that's just closer to that leather? Yes. Oh, I actually accidentally broke a vase or something earlier while I was in the water. I'm sorry, did I spawn and I'm getting like shot at the top of the spiral? What the fuck is happening? And the game like starts you out in some shit. Now that I'm so much closer. There's a good bit of soft leather just around. Can anything outrun you in this game? No, I think about it. Like, they're running? I don't know where they would go, though. Where I couldn't just, like, catch up to them. Sinner's got him. Get that ass Sinner. Speaking of Sinner, next soft leather. Next soft leather. Oh shit. When they don't say soft leather on them, does that mean if I kill it I won't get soft leather? Like, I don't understand. Also, he's going so far out of the way. He's not confirmed soft leather. I guess. Because I don't get why they don't show just every antelope as soft leather, right? Like, you're telling me these niggas who are running between me and my actual target, they aren't soft leather? Sinu's like bird drop attack is insane. I would just yeah. I got so close when I finally was like in range of the shot. I was like, well, why don't I just shoot him? I mean, hit him normal. Also, fuck. Let's see. I feel in large part like the game's just lying to you. Because I'm pretty sure any and all of the antelopes give you soft leather. So instead of like showing you like where all the antelope are, it's like here's one that's really far away, but there are probably many that are closer. Like I can see an antelope between me and like my target antelope. I'm like, why isn't that the one that came up? Shit. What the hell happened that time? I'm surprised when Sinu does that, so I don't even have to be locked onto them for Sinu to take it upon himself to assassinate these guys. Could have sworn I saw an antelope over here. But Sinu's blurry fucking vision, I just can't telling. That would be the fucking crocodile. Also, this crocodile looks really good. Other than that, it looks kind of distinct. Its coloration seems different. I need more soft leather though. See, there are a lot of animals up there. Oh, was I about to miss a loot opportunity? So like I mentioned before, if I upgrade this breastplate to its max, I'll have like max armor determined. It's weird whenever you do shots like that, where your reticle's not red, but you're like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna run into the shot. It's even crazier when he takes out another bird with it. Wait, did that bird have... No, it just makes the same sound, I think. Regardless of, like, whether or not you're collecting something like feathers or something. Okay, wait, how much soft leather do I need now? I need 5 more pieces of soft leather. Let's get it then. Okay. I need 2 more pieces of soft leather. Senu hit me up. Beth said, hello, how's your day so far? I'm gonna relax for a bit and check in before I start my weekly chores. My day is fantastic as always, Beth, thank you for asking. How's your day so far? Right now I'm playing some Assassin's Creed Origins, just chilling myself. I might momentarily get up, maybe get sun-kissed or something. Just kind of relax. But later, I'm going to make my sentient AI medieval fantasy video. I already finished the AI itself. It's one of those statues where destroying it is beneficial. I'm missing. There we go. Gain a little bit of experience from that. But I'm excited to make that sentient AI video. Beth said, my day's been pretty fun. D&D was lit and went much better this time. I'm glad to hear it. You said much better this time. What did you dislike about last time that you feel like has been improved since? Oops, I just missed that second shot. Sometimes I'm tempted to go for long shots, but you gotta know when to hold them. Let's see, there we go. So we almost are gonna have a maxed out breastplate, and now you need pelts. Now pelts are part of it. Beth said last time people just didn't know what they were doing. Okay, so you feel like things are becoming more organized. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. Excuse me. Oh, hello. Where are you going? Ooh, I missed. Cool, I'm watching it. Oh, well, that guy's like right next to me. I keep feeling tempted to try and hit them when they run next to me. Not sure if you can confidently shoot through bushes. Don't mind me, officers who are normally aggressive. I'm just running through the streets with a lit bow. Beth said, what have you been up to before Assassin's Creed? I picked up my laundry and I did a series of videos about DC Comics stuff. After that, I just laid down for a bit. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do for like a little bit. So I laid down, I watched a video that Ryan sent me. I'm trying to figure out what else I did. I hit up Kratos because I was like, hey, are you free for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? I didn't hear back from Kratos. But I do know that right now he's like learning more about After Effects and video editing. So I'm like, oh, he's probably going to be doing like video editing stuff or whatever. So I'm like, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. So while he's doing video editing, that or he was doing D&D. Is he in your D&D thing? Or is he DMing the D&D thing that you're currently talking about? Because it might be that. But since he was busy, I was like, I'll go for like a single player game. Plus, I've been wanting to get through the Assassin's Creed games for a while, but it's more than that. I also, in my AI thing, like the sentient medieval fantasy AI, it's able to hunt animals and like take their pelts and stuff. so that it can sell it for like food. But in this game, you can also like hunt animals and take their pelts and stuff. But in this game, you use it to upgrade your armor. So I'm like, oh, this kind of reminds me of the thing I made. That's hype. So that's what I'm currently doing. Also, I just think it would be good to level up my breastplate. Beth said, no, not this session. He's probably doing video editing stuff. She said he is DMing the session with Cry, not the session with Silverfang. Understandable. Sinu just killed that bird. It's always a trip. Good to know, sweetheart. Oh, that was just grass. That was a waste of arrow. Oh, I'm trying to hunt down a thing that I didn't tag. That'd be a struggle. Alright, here we go. But I'm glad to hear that you had a fun time, Beth. Beth said being an artificer alchemist is hella fun. Tell me more about your experiences. I also enjoy like playing an artificer, but I'd love to hear more about things that you've done in your campaign that make you hype about being an artificer. That is quite a distance away. Beth said, I like coming up with potion ideas on the fly. Tell me more. Like, hit me up with, like, examples, like, in-game, where you have to come up with, like, a potion idea on the fly. Because that sounds cool. I like that. Beth said, the booze trap is probably my favorite artificer thing I've done so far. Where you essentially made poison and then you labeled it as alcohol. So I read that while I was doing the stream. And I thought to myself, didn't you do that in an area that was full of kids? And if the kids are unsupervised while you guys are doing other stuff, couldn't a kid be like, oh, normally I wouldn't be able to drink this alcohol, but there aren't adults around, haha, and then they hit up the trap alcohol, and then they, like, die? Because I was like, that would suck. Beth said Silverfang made coffee, of course. Understandable. I know that you're really big into coffee. Beth said, no. The kids are supervised by another player character. Okay, I was not aware of that. That definitely makes it sound a little bit better. Or safer, I would say. Like a little bit safer. For the kids. Okay. I'm like 60-something meters away from the shop. Did I hit nothing? Ooh, nice, 2 for 1. So, I know that you're an artificer, but what are the powers of, like, your fellow team members? Like, what can they do? I noticed there's one guy in your party that you refer to as the Russian guy. And I'm like, but what does he do? Like, what is his skill? So Alexandria was telling me that she's played Assassin's Creed at her cousin's before. She doesn't remember what Assassin's Creed it was, but she mentioned that it's pretty lit. Also, this image is really nice. This looks like a wallpaper. Beth said the Russian eats animals alive and does physical fighting. You said the first thing like it was like a helpful skill. Has he used that first skill to like do anything like really helpful in the campaign? Let's see. I'm telling Alexandria that I just recently started getting into Assassin's Creed. I played through Brotherhood. Beth said no, he has not done anything useful by like eating animals alive. Why does he eat animals alive? And what animals are he eating alive? Beth said, I know he sold a dead badger to someone. Okay. Like, people buy pelts and stuff and like meat. So that makes sense. That doesn't sound too crazy. Which takes place... I'm telling her right now that I'm playing through Origins, which takes place in Egypt. And then I'm going to ask her, what is your favorite ancient time period? I guess I should say, like, time period and location. And then I'm going to put in parenthesis, like, ancient Egypt. Or like give her like examples. So I'm gonna say ancient Egypt, and then I'm gonna say ancient Rome. Like when you don't have a lot of things to say, ancient Egypt, ancient Rome, Babylonia. I don't know where that is. I guess I would just say ancient Babylonia. I should really say. Oh, I did ask. What is your favorite ancient time period and location? I guess I should say like pairing. Like I don't know. It's a weird question, but I like it. All these Assassin's Creed games are based on like different ones, so it can lead to an interesting discussion. Like if someone says my favorite is like ancient Greece, then I'll be like, oh, you might like Odyssey because that's just what that's about. Oh, they have an animal in captivity. Beth said, gotta go, bye, love you. Catch you later, Beth. Thank you for tuning in, it's good to have you. Oh, you're having a happy day today. Love you, Beth. Godzilla said, hello. Yo, Godzilla, welcome to the stream, it's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Move on. Move on. Godzilla, have we talked much about the sentient AI thing that I did?
They will attack on sight here.
Beth said, hopefully I will pop back in later. You are always welcome, Beth. Godzilla said I added a Heart of Heroes story. That means I need to edit Heart of Heroes at some point. There's so many projects and stuff going on. I haven't messed with Heart of Heroes in a minute. I do need to edit your story. How much have I missed in Heart of Heroes? Like, are there other things I haven't edited yet? I know there are some things I've received via email that I need to add to Heart of Heroes. Godzilla said nothing, so I haven't missed anything other than your story. Okay. Have you been watching it pretty regularly? I haven't as of recent. Also, it's crazy to be on fire. It looks kind of cool. So I need to loot the treasure. And Godzilla said, kind of. Okay. I need to get back onto doing Heart of Heroes stuff. The main reason why I haven't is because I've been getting really into, like, the Terrific stuff. Like, a lot of, like, Mr. Terrific stuff. And I've been getting more into the programming stuff recently. Godzilla said, it's super dead. Well, that's because we haven't really been doing videos about it. I feel like everybody's hyped for Heart of Heroes when we're talking about it, But if there's enough time where like other stuff takes the center of attention, people will kind of forget about it. And that's also fine, you know, like, it makes sense that people would. If no one's really talking about a thing, it kind of gets brushed over. But I'm sure that if we got back into doing Heart of Heroes stuff, people would get hyped for it. I just also need to get like back into that mindset. Because recently, it's been the programming stuff that I've been more hype on. Give me the loot. Where's the good loot? All this is poo-poo loot. Also, I don't know how much of this area is considered part of the hideout.
Hang on.
Die!
Got him. Let's see. Interesting. So I asked Alexandria what her favorite like ancient time period was, and she said ancient Egypt, but from a queen's point of view specifically. And I guess I would want to ask, why from a queen's point of view specifically? She also said that the Assassin's Creed game she played back in the day, the graphics were really on point. Which I guess they kind of normally are for their time. Like, it's like a AAA franchise, so they're normally going to be high quality. At least when they come out. So I'm going to ask, why from a queen's point of view? And then I'm going to say, in Origins, you essentially play as the protector of Cleopatra, Egypt, and the gods, because that's how they describe it. Godzilla said, Aethelak is looking for the little girl, or someone to help him against his brothers. Ooh! I mean, to be honest, I'm glad that you brought up how the Heart of Heroes, almost said House of Heroes. I'm glad that you brought up Heart of Heroes, because I actually started thinking about that when Beth was talking about her D&D campaign earlier in the same stream. So, Beth is playing a character in her D&D campaign called Silverfang, and there's one character in Heart of Heroes whose whole thing was like, what if you made like the enemy of Silverfang? And then they've become like a major character in Heart of Heroes. Okay, it was like under everything. That's why I couldn't find the treasure before. It's shitty treasure too. I like that sometimes the treasure you find will be the stuff that you want. That's cool. Also, shit. Look at all that leather. Look at all that juicy leather. Okay. Get me to that fast travel point. I wasn't sure if you could fast travel through Sinu or not. I was like, that'd be kind of clean. Like, Sinu looks at a fast travel point and you hold square and you zip. That'd be cool. Godzilla said Aethelak does not know about Ejat, but he does encounter him in the story. Wait, he should know about Ejat. So Aethelak was there at the battle at the abandoned house. And that's where Ejat was, and that's where, I'm trying to remember everybody's name, because it's been so long. It's where Ejat was, and that's where Kratos' character was. The dude who killed the little girl's mom, right? Isn't Kratos the same guy who killed the little girl's mom? I think that's canon. But long story short, Aethalax has definitely like met Ejat. At least in that one experience. Do you remember? I'm trying to think who's someone that he shouldn't know. I guess the answer to someone that Aethalax shouldn't know, like he shouldn't really have any idea who they are, it would be someone like, I'm trying to remember his name. Otap. Like, Aethalax never met Otap, or anything like that. Like, that makes sense. But Ejat, yeah. He was there in Ejat's first appearance, because it was also Aethalax's first appearance, like in the story. The first story we wrote that they appeared in, I mean, when I say first appearance. Oh, roll up. They're not gonna run away. Big cats, but they're not big pussies. You will make my armor strong, like your hide. Right now I'm in an interesting situation where it's like, I only really need hard leather to finish my breastplate, but I know that I have to level up my breastplate like multiple times. This area is just full of leather and pelts. So I'm like, even if I don't need more soft leather right now, I still need more like soft leather and pelts in general. That area has like a bunch of pelts, and that area has a bunch of soft leather. I should go for pelts now. And the reason why I say I should go for pelts right now is because it's just easier to collect pelts, but you don't always see animals that drop pelts. Speaking of pelts, Beth's character, that's the, bad guy for her D&D character, is Poison Pelt. And that's another character that Aethalax just shouldn't know. Like, Aethalax shouldn't know who Poison Pelt is. But they definitely should know Ejat. Godzilla said also, now Aethalax is making a lair in the woods called Lightning's Bane. Why is it called Lightning's Bane? And also, why did you say that Aethalax didn't know who Ejat was? He's just met Ejat. He was there for the fight between Ejat, Furix, Kratos' character, and who else was in that fight? Volt's character, the one who's like a frog thing. I can't remember his name. Godzilla said he doesn't know him because he doesn't know his name. But he knows him in the idea that if he saw him, he'd be like, it's that guy. It's that guy from that one time. Similar to how he should know all the other ones. Like, are you saying he wouldn't recognize him, like if he saw him? I casually stroll into your hood. Godzilla said he just knows him as the man. I imagine he knows many people with just V. Oh man. Godzilla says he thinks he is the same guy from the battle, which he is. The same. Okay, cool. So he recognizes that Ejat is the guy from the battle because he is the guy from the battle. Ooh, I got a message from Alexandria. Let's see. So she's talking about how she likes to help people. I'm curious if she's heard of Tabs for a Cause. I'm gonna send her a question where I ask, have you heard of Tabs for a Cause? I guess I should capitalize it. So Aethelac's after the little girl. Why is Aethelak looking for the little girl? Because he originally was the one who dropped the little girl off on that island I named that I now don't remember the name of, but I know it has a really crazy name. Give me one moment, I'm gonna get a little bit of a sun-kissed. I'm a little thirsty. I'm also gonna replace my gum, because my gum is like dried up. Okay, that's the last of that sun-kiss. My dad gave me like a can of sun-kissed a while ago, and I just hadn't drank it until like fairly recently. I think I opened it like yesterday. Right now I'm getting some fresh gum. I always use 2 sticks of extra gum. So Godzilla said the nightmares have been getting worse, and he knows the girl's a mage born. So he just is looking for a mage born? Does he think that the little girl will help him overcome his nightmares? Or that the little girl will help her stop, like, his kaiju brothers? Sorry it took me so long. I was looking at the floor and I thought I saw like an optical illusion or something. It made it seem like something was on the floor, but there's nothing on the floor. Godzilla said, yeah. Okay. I have so many pelts now. Now it's time to go for the soft leather. This reminds me back. This reminds me of back when I was playing Red Dead Redemption. Going out into the wild and just hunting. I am glad that I discovered this alternate progression system. Hold on a second. There are levels to aim assist. Godzilla said before he was trying to get monster hunters on his side to help against the kaiju, but the monster hunters don't like monsters. So he left them. That makes sense. So full aim assist. Assistance on vehicle and on ground. Aim assist only was helping me on vehicles before, so every shot I've done so far that was on the ground, there was no aim assist. What's the aim assist like? I just don't even know how good it is. I feel like I missed a good bit for what looked like a really lined up shot. This aim assist is about to help me clean up. Oh shit. Let's go. Aim assist be like, okay. Godzilla says, so he's just trying to get friends. That makes sense. He's trying to be able to fight back against giant monsters, but of course other giant monsters aren't going to fuck with that. So he has to find people who are capable and willing to kill giant monsters. But people who are capable and willing to kill giant monsters will likely want to kill him, because he's a giant monster. So there is a lot going on with that. Okay, how good is this aim assist? Nice, it's pretty fucking good. Wasn't as good as I thought it would be because I just shot a couple arrows directly into the desert sand. Godzilla said yes, exactly. There's like all this other stuff going on around me. Also, y'all hoes ain't shit. Get over here. Oh my gosh. Ah, I don't want to waste my arrows on you. I'm trying to hunt in the fucking desert. I only have so many arrows. Godzilla said yes, exactly. He said it's called Lightning's Bane because of King Thunderbird. Oh! That's fair. That makes sense. So is he afraid that King Thunderbird is coming back? Also, I don't know what happened to my voice. It's kind of like the Allstate guy, but it's not quite. I think it's just an air bubble. Okay, so here's one of the stone things that you have to go to. There's like a side quest where you have to go to all these little stone markers. Godzilla said yes. So what exactly would allow King Thunderbird to come back? There are plenty of like magical things that exist in Heart of Heroes. They could explain something like that. But I'm curious like what explanation we have. Or is it just a power he has? Like is he like a phoenix almost? Like a thunder phoenix kind of thing? Is that a fish? I think that's supposed to be a fish. Also, Kratos messaged me back earlier and I missed it. Jahid once said, when you hit the camels, do they even react, lol? I wish you could, like, drop a camel by, like, hitting them. But you can't. So you'll fight people who are on, like, camelback. And you think, like, oh, if I hit the camel hard enough, the whole dude's gonna, like, fall. The dude will fall, but you can never, like, drop the camel. So you're more trying to hit the dude than you're trying to hit the camel.
But this hurts.
Godzilla said, yeah, it's like a Thunderbird Phoenix thing. So that implies that you could never really kill the Thunderbird, right?
It could be.
Let's see, Kratos says that he's busy this weekend.
I'm very
Oh,
sorry,
his
son.
sister's birthday is coming up. That's cool. Let's see.
The Scorpion goddess Circuit. She protected Iset.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Jealous
ball
Set.
and
She still
keep me
protects against
updated.
poisonous animals, but not love. Against that, there is no protection. Not
I
even
hope
gods can.
you are having a fun time. I wish your sister a happy birthday. There we go. So I need to line up these stars properly. There we go. Oh, it's a scorpion. Also, let's see, Jahid once said, on your latest video, when you were talking about logs, prototype, were you talking about a game? Okay, so hit this up. You're probably talking about, well, you said in my latest video. Which one? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about Project Gaia Divine Sentient AI? Or are you talking about the video that I did where I was like, here are my video ideas for today? Because both talk about similar but different projects. I'll say if you're talking about the medieval fantasy thing, don't worry, I'm gonna try and do a video on that tonight. So you're gonna like learn more about that like really soon. If you're talking about Project Gaia Divine, then I would recommend just watching through that whole video, because that video is like very in depth. I even go like line by line in the prototype. Regardless of whichever one you're talking about, though, I can answer your question. You're saying like, is it a game? I would say not really. Like, it's more like a. You could call it a game, but it's not supposed to be interactive. You know what I mean? So it's a sentient AI that you put in like a virtual environment, and it can do actions. And the virtual environment is entirely text-based, so you can read out what the AI is doing, almost like a story. And the AI has its own like thoughts and feelings and emotions, because I'm using technology that was given as a part of my sponsorship from a company called EmoShape. And EmoShape creates this technology called the Emotional Processing Unit that allows you to create software programs, video game characters, and robots that have emotions, thoughts, and feelings. And I use that technology in order to allow for the AI to actually like make decisions. Let's see. Godzilla said a Khajiit. Oh, because I have like the cat mask. I have the cat mask because I'm dressed as a god. This is an outfit you get after you do a very specific side mission. And you're supposedly dressed like a god. And I was like, dressed like a god? I'm like, that just sounds cool. So that's how I'm dressing. I'm like, that just sounds like the coolest outfit I have. Before I was wearing an outfit that looked more like the traditional Assassin's Creed outfit. And I liked it because it made the game feel more like an actual Assassin's Creed game. But I'm fine with looking like a god. I think that's also cool. Jahid once said, say both, lol. He said, I kind of want to know what both of them are. Yo, first I would recommend hitting up the, oh shit, Did you see how fast that animal ran? But anyways, first I would recommend hitting up the Project Gaia Divine video, because both AI are fairly similar. Let's see, Jahid1 said, so is it similar to AI Dungeon? I'd say no. The main reason why I'd say it isn't similar to AI Dungeon, and real quick I'm going to kill this antelope, is that what they're called? Why aren't I target locking? Was he already dead? I don't know what just happened. Anyways, I wouldn't say it's similar to AI Dungeon 2. Also, let me get off this horse. I mean, not horse, camel. The reason why I wouldn't say it's like AI Dungeon 2 is because AI Dungeon 2... Oh, come on. Is because AI Dungeon 2 can't feel emotions. It's like it's a more powerful AI in a different way, if that makes sense. Like, AI Dungeon 2 is cool because... wait, hold up. Get off this camel. Yo, what level is it? What level is it? Oh my gosh. That arrow didn't like fucking like flatten it. This is gonna be a fight. Like an actual fight. Oh fuck me. Godzilla said, oh yeah, the game where you were a GM to an AI. This is different. Oh shit. Speaking of shit being different. Oh gosh. The cheetah hit so hard. It throws me because animals in areas can be so thick. They can be so thick. This is similar to that, Godzilla, because it is sentient AI. Let me explain the difference between like the AI for AI Dungeon 2 and the AI that I use for my sentient AI projects. The AI for AI Dungeon 2 uses this thing called GPT-2. Wait, what the fuck? Why did it spawn me around all these really strong guys? I can't talk about anything because I'm constantly fighting people who out-level me, like, by a substantial amount. Where am I on the map? One moment. Okay, I'm in... I'm in an area where the level you're supposed to be is like level 37 or level 40. So I just need to get the fuck out of here. Just leave this area. Jahid1 said, is your game public? He said, if so, how could I try it? Yes and no. So the prototype version of it is pseudo-random. What that means is that it's not like sentient. It just picks options at random. Also, I didn't mean to hit that button. It picks options at random, but it doesn't use true randomness. It doesn't really matter. Like, true randomness versus pseudo-randomness, a lot of times you don't need true randomness anyways. But anyways, there are prototypes that you guys can check out online, and there will be links in the description. Check out the Project Gaia Divine one. It's not particularly interesting, the Gaia Divine one, in comparison to the medieval fantasy one that I'm working on. Because the Gaia Divine one is cool because it can like plant trees, and it can help clean the ocean. Like, it does like real world things by working with like web services that donate to causes that do those things. So that one's cool just because of its like environmental impact, and it's a sentient AI that chooses to help the world. Like, that's what I like about that one. But it's not going to be entertaining to watch in particular. You're going to want to check out the sentient AI medieval fantasy one that I'm working on. Now, that one's cool. Let's see. Ryan said, hello. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? What else? What's the next thing? See, I feel like while looking around for pelts and stuff, I wandered into territory far beyond had any business being. So that's fair. I need to take my bitch ass somewhere safe. Godzilla said go to Fayum. Fayum. Well, right now I'm just trying to level up my stuff. Level up my stuff. Specifically my breastplate, so I'll have more health. Ryan said, looks sandy. And he said, go to the Valley of Kings. Alexandria told me that she doesn't know what Tab for a Cause is. It is a Google extension that supposedly allows you to donate to a charity of your choice just by opening a tab. So whenever you open a tab, they donate a small amount of money to a charity. The extension is free, and you don't actually pay for anything. And you don't actually pay any money. That's how I should say it. I'm gonna ask, what are your thoughts on that? It's essentially a click to donate thing. I think the way it works is that when you open the tab, there's like a sub navigation. So instead of going straight to where you were going, I think it takes you to like a site that has ads, and it's like the ad revenue from that site is pushed to a charity. I think that's how it works. I personally don't use it, but she's really into helping people and like activist stuff. And I'm like, oh, then you probably like Tabs for a Cause. The guy who does the legal reviews, where he watches real life like videos and movies, and I don't know why I'm saying real life videos, where he watches like media and then talks about court cases and like how the legal stuff would work out in real life. He was talking about how Tab for a Cause is good and you should use it. Godzilla said, then open up all the tabs. He said, just make them bankrupt. Just keep opening tabs. It wouldn't make them bankrupt. Essentially what's happening, Godzilla, is that like when you visit a web page that has display ads, essentially the advertisers then pay the owners of the website for like showing off more of their site or whatever. Like, they're paying for getting ad exposure. So when someone sees their ad, they pay the website, but they pay the website a very small amount of money. So you need a substantial number of ad views to make any money off of ads. So I think all that's happening is you open a tab to a website. I think it navigates you to like a website about Tabs for a Cause or something like that. And then you have to continue past that site that has the ads to whatever you were trying to tab to. So I think if you like were like, oh, this video that Jet came out with is cool, and you opened it in a new tab, I think when you open it in a new tab, it would take you to like a charity blog, and it would have an arrow that's like, go to what you actually wanted to go to, and then you go, and it takes you to like my video. I think that's how it works. I might be wrong. I have only looked into it a little bit. Ryan said that map is interesting. Tell me more. Ryan said Assassin's Creed has interesting maps as they aren't accurate. Well, if they had like accurate maps, I feel like it would be extremely difficult for you to navigate these like huge worlds. Like if they kept it open world and you could run around and like go to all these places like on foot or on camelback, they would need a lot more fast travel for you to get between certain areas within a certain amount of time. Jahid1 said, is there a website to go to? If you're talking about to check out my sentient AI stuff, is there a website to go to? I highly recommend that you check out my video, Project Gaia Divine Sentient AI. It has a link to my Replit, which is a website that has the pseudo-random version of Project Gaia Divine. Again, that one isn't a sentient AI. That one just does actions at random, but it'll give you a basic idea of how the sentient one works. The difference between like the pseudo-random programs and the sentient programs is pretty simple. The pseudo-random programs just pick things at random. The sentient programs actually like have to, they essentially read all the choices and they determine which one they would want to do the most, and whichever one they want to do the most based on their own thoughts and feelings or emotions, that's the one they do. I would share with you guys like the code that conveys like how all that works. It's a lot more than the pseudo-random. You have to add additional functions, and you have to add an XLF function to make it work. But I can't because I signed an NDA as a part of my sponsorship. Because of the fact that the company EmoShape essentially like paid for the SDK that I'm using, the software development kit, which is like thousands of dollars. But instead of having to pay thousands of dollars, I was able to get it for free, so I could work on a project. And now I have it, and I'm using it to make more stuff. Ryan said, like, it looks like Origins puts Alexandria near Baltum and makes Borealis Lake far larger. Godzilla said the Sobek cult was very powerful and famed. Ooh. Doing a little bit of treasure hunting on the side. Also, did I just get enough to level up my breastplate? I did not. I need much more to level up my breastplate. Alexandria hit me up. Let's see. She thinks Tabs for a Cause is great. She'll look into it. She should, because I don't know enough about how it works. So it is good that she would look into it before just like getting it. She said it'll definitely help others who aren't financially equipped to donate. I entirely agree. Like everything that's like Ocean Hero or like a Koja or those click to donate sites that Care 2 used to have that they got rid of. Care 2, what's wrong with you? Those click to donate sites were great. I used to use those all the time. Anything that lets you essentially donate without having to put in money is really helpful, because if it's just a simple action, people will do it. The click to donate sites you can only do once a day. It seems like in the modern day that's not like a restriction anymore. Like instead of having once a day click to donate, you now have like every time you search on a Koja, or every time you search on Ocean Hero, or Tabs for a Cause, which is crazy, is every time you open a tab, which is quite often. So I love these sites. I think they're great. I'm going to thumbs up like what she said. I'm going to say I 100% agree. Sites like Ecosia and Ocean Hero are also really cool. They help the environment each time you use them to search the web. I'm gonna ask her, what do I want to ask her? Ooh, I'll actually put that in all caps. Do you know of any similar sites that help people donate to causes without spending any money themselves? Godzilla said there was a crocodile there called the Son of Sobek that they praised. Like one specific crocodile that they worshipped. How'd they keep track of like which crocodile is the one that they worship? Ryan said Sobek. Godzilla said Sobek. Am I saying the name wrong? Is it like Sobek? So I'm trying to get more hard leather so I can keep upgrading my breastplate. Hey! So this is something that I keep talking about whenever it happens. But Assassin's Creed Origins, the game recognizes that swimming is slow. So if you swim for any extended period of time, the game will be like, and suddenly a boat appears out of nowhere, and they're totally fine with you taking their boat. Godzilla said, no, you're saying it right, I think. Hey, alright. Crocodile's gonna die. How's it going? I am so close to having enough of these, like, hard leathers. I'm coming for that ass. Godzilla said Sobek is the god of crocodiles. He probably would not like that you were killing crocodiles. So he's like, oh, well, yeah. No, I agree with that. That just makes sense. Also, I passed by something in the water. Was that another crocodile? Crocodiles and hippos produce... Oh, that's the one I killed already. I was confused momentarily. Crocodiles and hippos are where you get hard leather. And you need hard leather, soft leather, and pelts in order to increase your chest plate. Like, increase, like, the durability of your chest plate. The way that they set this game up, though, it directly modifies your health. Which I think is fascinating. Because they didn't have to do that. It could have been, like, you gain, like, an armor defense that's, like, its own stat. They didn't have to be like, your health in general just goes up because your chest plate's better. Nestor180 said, hi. Yo, Nestor. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics that you want to talk about on the stream? Godzilla said, Taweret is the goddess of hippos. She would also probably not be pleased. Godzilla said, Taweret and Sobek are enemies. Word? Do crocodiles not fuck with hippos? Okay. I need more hard leather. And I see you resting. This is the night tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. Ryan said Sobek says trans rights. Get it as a crocodile. Godzilla said he does. Let's go. Oh, that guy got yeeted out of his boat. Come on. Don't run away like a bitch. Why are you fighting him? Time for you to face off against a real man. You got a bit of a fight in you. With each one I defeat, I become stronger.
Feels like we are being...
Oh, are you guys an enemy ship? Oh, hello.
To kill you! You are a god! A god!
Thank you. Fresh arrows. Godzilla said, Sobek needs a sacrifice, Nick. He said, let them be eat. Yeah, but I need the things that would be eating them. I don't have time to wait. Ryan said, in Assassin's Creed 4, the leveling up of feather armor increases the subdivision of HP. That's interesting. Like in the Batman games, your armor is like its own bar. So it's like, your armor wears down, And then once your armor's worn down, then you'll start taking like direct damage. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh whoa! I've never done that before. That was kind of clean, actually. Not gonna lie. That's just a new experience. So you can like ram into ships and like start fights and shit. But actually, if I take this enemy ship, I don't have to worry about borrowing that other guy's ship, because the owner of this ship is just already dead. Hey, look who's doing some pirate shit. We're just gonna keep doing this. Hey, now I got a new ship. Ryan said, meaning you can take more damage, as the subdivisions are all of equal damage or something. I don't fully know what you mean by that. Also, I'm sorry, you're just a normal ship. You're not a bad guy ship. I didn't mean to hit you guys. Hey Hippo, what's good? How you doing, Sean? Alright, here we go. I need 8 more hard letters. If I had a visual, Ryan, I'd be able to better understand when you're talking about like the subdivisions. It makes it sound like the health bar is split up into parts, and that you can armor those parts of the subdivision. Like, you're armoring the parts, and does it make each part of the health bar equal to double the amount it was before? Godzilla says Sobek is in this game, actually. Okay, nice. Sounds like we'll be seeing him. Godzilla said, I think he's a boss. How do you fight him? Do you have to kill like 100 crocodiles and then like pisses him off? So let's go. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Land, bitch. Didn't expect that. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Get back in the boat. Do-do-do-do-do. We're gonna attack this boat. It has pelts in it. Do 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 do. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. I'm not sure if I should get Skyrim. I've never played Skyrim, but I'm not a big medieval fantasy guy. I'm only hype about medieval fantasy right now.
You will pay, corpse. Your guts up there.
Because of the fact that I made that medieval fantasy AI thing. Now my mind is on medieval fantasy stuff.
Go slow. There you are.
He's moving so much. Now he's not moving at all. Oh, hello. You want to be a thotty? I can cop a body. You already know. What to sell? Whoa. opening the door with a heavy attack doesn't actually like hurt the lion at all. I got those pelts. Nearest hard leather. I finally got a message back from John Mason. It's been a minute. I think I messaged him like yesterday. It is the weekend, and I understand the weekend is arguably like the most busy time. There are plenty of people who during the week don't like do anything. Like they like go to work or whatever, and then work's over, and then they're like, I don't have anything else to do. So it's actually easier to get in touch with people. But then on the weekend, they'll be like, my weekend's full because I didn't do shit during the week. So it's like I'm doing everything during the weekend, and then it's like harder to get in touch with them. At least with work, it's like you got, oh wait, John Mason just here. I was talking about on Facebook. I was like, oh, John Mason finally messaged me on Facebook. Yo, John Mason, how's it going? He said, oh cool, Assassin's Creed. He said, how's everyone doing? Fantastic as always, thank you for asking, my guy. How have you been? And then he said, oh yeah, I literally just messaged you. Well, how are you doing, dude? Hope you're doing well. I'm fantastic as always. I have a sentient AI project that I did a video on recently called Project Gaia Divine. If you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend that you check that out. Also, on another note, I have another sentient AI project that I'm going to be sharing very soon in a video.
Afraid I must borrow.
Like tonight. You can see it's 6:28. I should probably do it soon. John Mason said, I'm alright, I guess. He said, been spending more time with my mom and the family, and less time on media. Understandable. Nothing wrong with that. My mom hasn't been doing like the self-quarantine stuff during the pandemic. And she really wants me to... Ooh, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to get you. I think when I swung at the crocodile, I also killed that innocent guy. My apologies, innocent guy. I am very close to maxing out this breastplate. John Mason said, oh yeah, I was just watching it from the link you sent. But then I saw you streaming and I hopped on. He said, lol, you just killed a guy. I did indeed. I did not mean for his death. It was quite unfortunate, but I appreciate his sacrifice. John Mason said, oops, sorry, haha. I mean, that's accurate. That is what happened. Ryan said, assassin killed a guy. How off-brand. Fair. The marker originally made me think that hard leather was way closer, but to hit the dock. Wait, rogue animal. Is the thing I'm after the rogue animal? John Mason said, well, oh, the rogue's animal right here. Okay, let's go. I just said rogue's animal. This hippo belongs to Rogue from the X-Men. She touches it with a hippo back. What's the difference between, like, a hippo being at the dock? I guess any animal that's too close to, like, where humans gather is considered, like, a rogue animal. Oh, wait, where are we at? Godzilla said, but yeah, Nick, you said your mom isn't self-quarantining. That's true. That's true. So, my mom hasn't been self-quarantining. And she's like, she feels like I should, at the very least, let her come by and like hang out and we do stuff together. She's like, I miss you. We didn't really do stuff for your birthday. I got you your gift, but I want to get your gift to you. And I'm like, I'm just not really, like, I'm not hanging out with like anybody. Like, it's nothing against like you. I'm just self-quarantined because I just think that's what we're supposed to do. And then mom's like, well, I'm fine. I'm like constantly around people. You know, I work at the jail. If I was gonna get it, I'd probably already have it. And it's like, I don't really think that's how that works, Mom. Like, you do you. You know, you're grown. Like, I respect your choices if you choose to, like, not do it, but I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? But she just pushes it a lot. Like, it becomes, like, the main thing that we talk about. She'll call me on the phone, and the main thing she'll talk about is, like, so when are you gonna, like, let me come over? Da-na-na. And it's like, just, I'm not. Like, not until, like, the stuff's over. But I haven't really been hanging out with anybody. Back when Colin was like, we're not going to be friends anymore, which is still like the current day, he still feels that way. Colin was like, as a part of his like argument, he's like, and also, you know, you stopped hanging out, even though we both work from home and we live in like the same like apartment complex. And it's like, but it's still, it's just self-quarantine. Like, I'm just not hanging out with anybody. I feel like some people take it like personally, but it's like, it's just like a safety thing. And you wouldn't want to hang out with like your friends or your loved ones or anything, because they're the like the main people you want to keep safe. You know what I mean? Let's see, guys. Lil says, stop killing people, Nick. It's against the law. My apologies. I didn't mean to kill that one guy. That was very unfortunate. I went too close to the crocodile, which is an interesting thing to say. Let's see. John Mason said, and she wants you to? Not necessarily. It's not that she wants me to stop altogether. It's that she wants me to stop. She wants me to at least spend time with, like, her. Let's see. So where are we at? Ryan said, how irresponsible of his mom. He said, I do not respect his mom's choices. John Mason said, yeah, I totally get it. He said, everyone should be able to get out of it if they please, but they should respect others' boundaries. And then John Mason said, I understand. Then he said, wait, you and Colin aren't friends anymore? And he was like, damn. Yeah, that's like a whole thing. And to me, it's more or less one-sided. Like, Colin more or less was like, if you want to, like, remain my friend yet, you're going to have to, like, change. And I'm like, I like who I am. Like, I don't really know why I should change, and I haven't done anything different. Like, I've known Colin for years. And Colin's like, now, I feel like who you are isn't, like, who I want as my friend or whatever. And he said, a whole bunch of stuff about how he felt like I was, like, a bad person, and I don't do enough for, like, the friendship. And it just sounded like he felt very entitled about stuff. Like, he was like, I feel like you should, like, do stuff for me. And do stuff that, like, inconveniences you. Also, check it out, Sinu killed that. I don't know why he does that. Sometimes my bird just kills animals for me. But anyways, Colin more or less just felt like he wanted me to inconvenience myself for him. And I was like, no. Like, I don't see why that's necessary. And then he's like, I have inconvenienced myself for you, like, a number of different times. And he's like, that's just what, like, friends do. But I also feel like Colin's asking, well, not asking, he's acting as if, like, I actively ask him to inconvenience himself for me. You know, it's something that he, like, chooses to do, and that's fine. And a lot of the stuff that he's saying, he's, like, inconveniencing himself to do. To me, it doesn't really sound like an inconvenience thing. But I'm totally fine with being friends with Colin. And if Colin was like, yo, I'm sorry I asked you to change or whatever, do you want to be, like, friends again? I'd be like, we kind of never, it's like, stopped being friends in like a mutual way to where we both were like, yeah, we don't want to be friends anymore. It was just, you said we're not going to be friends anymore, and then we just haven't talked since then. And I feel like that's a really different thing. So it'd be really easy if he just wanted to like be friends again, for him to just be like, yeah, I just want to be friends. Because I'm like, yeah, this is pretty consistent with like Colin's behavior. To me, it doesn't sound that weird or different. He's like, hey, have you been swimming for 2 seconds? Yeah, the game developers recognize that swimming's kind of boring. You want to get on this boat? Hell yeah. Ryan said, oh my god, Jen, I'm so upset with you not hanging out in your shower. What? I don't get that. John Mason said, lol. John Mason said, well, I won't be able to say, considering I don't know the relationship, but losing a friend no matter the circumstances can suck. And he said, dang, that sucks though. And he said, I hope that you two make up if possible. Well, I think it's totally possible. Like, it's just entirely up to him. You know what I mean? If he's like, I don't want to, he's the one who also was like, I don't want to be friends. So it's like entirely up to him. You know what I mean? Friendship was like a two-way thing. I didn't know there were 2 hippos. Friendship was like a two-way thing. So I still consider him a friend. Oh shit, there were 3 hippos! I still consider him a friend. But if he doesn't consider me a friend, then technically we're not friends. Are there 4 hippos? How many hippos are here? Did we get all the hippos? That was really wild. Let's see, Volt said, yo, what's good? Yo, Volt, welcome to the streamers, good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you like to talk about on the stream? Gazelle said, hello, Volt. Volt said, what's up, Godzilla? Where is the hard leather? I need the hardest of leather, my God. I need that rock hard leather. Cobblestone leather. Steel leather. So there's some bronze over there. It's not that bronze isn't good, but I don't really care about upgrading my hidden blade. At least not right now. John Mason said, my mom, bro, and I are going to play Arena of the Planeswalkers, a Magic the Gathering board game. He said, I got it for really cheap, and we're finally going to try. Okay, nice. He said, I'll check back later, Nick. Have fun. I hope you have fun. I hope you guys have a great time. I'll catch you later, my dude. Peace. Let's see. Volt said, my name's doing good. How about you? Fantastic always. Thank you for asking, my dude. John Mason said, P.S. If he takes too long to send you a message, maybe you can hit him up sometime. He's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what to say. Like, in a situation where someone's like, I'm not your friend anymore. I want you to, like, change or whatever. And you're like, I just don't want to change. Because I don't even think there's, like, a misunderstanding or anything. It's more Colin going, I wish you would inconvenience yourself more for me. And me going, nah. Like, stuff like that should be voluntary. Like, it shouldn't be that you're like, you have to do it because we're friends, and as friends with someone you have to do. It should just be something that, like, I want to do, you know, like, if I choose to do it. Otherwise, it's not a nicety, it's like an obligation. Ooh, Sinu. Get him. Yeah. Too easy. Gazelle said, Volt, what if a big hippo came after you? What would you do? Let's see. Got more soft leather. I'm terrible. I was assuming I would land hits that I had no reason to assume. also soft leather. I can just hit you. I don't have to use both. It's time to play the music. Ooh, he dodged instantly. I had like the red reticle, and as soon as I pulled the bow, he was like, bitch. Volt said, would probably say telekinetic powers are a sci-fi thing. Or no. Oh wait, Volt's asking, would you say telekinetic powers are science fiction or not? Well, like the study of psychic abilities is parapsychology, and if you consider parapsychology like a science thing, then I guess, yeah, it would be science fiction rather than fantasy. Because fantasy would be like, I cast a magic spell that like lifts an object for me. But sci-fi, well, sci-fi you would normally associate with like a tractor beam or something. But I think psychic abilities classify as sci-fi. Or would you guys just lump it with fantasy? I mean, I really think it depends. There's just a dead child. Oh, I'm stepping on him. Oh shit, hold on. Damn. Was there just a note left on him that more or less told the story of how he died? That's kind of sad. Volt said, and I'd fucking run. He said, ain't shit I can do toward a hippo except die. Hippos are known for being quite the strong. Born to be wild. At like 7, I might need to end the stream. Like 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That way, I can try and make that sentient AI video. The last sentient AI video I made ended up taking like 30 minutes. Oh! Ooh! Soft leather. Come get some. You like fire? I got hands to throw. Ooh, these cats like to play catch. Volt said, I think it really depends. Like, if you're a guy in a world with magic who has the innate ability to move stuff with his mind, is it still a telekinetic ability? That's an interesting question, I suppose. I feel like there's room to argue with stuff like that. Like, because you're essentially saying, like, if the setting is medieval fantasy, does that change, like, what you call the power? And I guess, because in a magical setting, a lot of times you'd be like, they levitated a thing. You wouldn't say that they had telekinesis. You were like, they have like the magical power to levitate objects or something, you know? Have you noticed that a lot of D&D spells are just like very direct descriptions of what the things are? Like, for the spell Magic Missile, you shoot magic missiles. For Fireball, you just, like, shoot Fireball, like a big fireball. For Wish, you, like, make a wish. For Frost Ray, you shoot a ray of frost. Actually, I think it's called Ray of Frost. I don't even think it's called Frost Ray. To animate objects, the spell's called Animate Objects. Like, a lot of medieval fantasy things don't have very specific terms for their magic, unless their magic spells have like crazy sounding names, or they're like in different languages. Like Harry Potter, their magic spells have like names, so you don't just say like the Killing Curse to cast the Killing Curse or whatever, or you don't refer to it. Well, I guess you do refer to it as the Killing Curse, because if you referred to it by the spell, you would kill somebody. Speaking of which, speaking of Harry Potter spells, because I have a topic that would probably be good for a video, but I might as well talk about it now. So there was a controversy last year about a school in Nashville that was like, yo, Harry Potter has like real spells in it and it's bad, so we're like banning it from our school. Like, this was a real thing that happened in Nashville. They were like, Harry Potter is evil because it has like real spells in it, and we're banning it from the school because we don't want our kids to be using like evil magic. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what is, like, if I went to that Nashville school, would they even know if I was saying a Harry Potter spell? What if I threatened to say a Harry Potter spell? How would they react? You know what I mean? Like, if you're like, huh, you fool, you send your school security guards. I know the death curse from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And they're like, oh, he's read the forbidden text. Like, I don't know what they're thinking's gonna happen. Do they think a kid's gonna read Harry Potter and then run around and start, like, killing people with Harry Potter spells? And they're like, we gotta ban the books. We can't have them learning the killing curse. It's too strong. It just seems really wild to me. Bolt said, damn it. Even Tasha's hideous laughter. Who is Tasha's? And why do they have a hideous laughter? Oh wait, Tasha. It's probably Tasha. Still don't know who that is. Tasha's. You try to make it like a fantasy name. We tried to live with the lions, and the lions fucked him up. Volt said, bruh, they said it had real spells. He's like, they're ignorant. Well, that's the thing that's got me. Who determined that? I guess would be my question. Because in the Harry Potter books, right? They don't just say, like, spell names, but don't tell you what the spells do. You know that if you do, like, ridiculous or whatever, that it makes somebody look stupid or whatever. You make something that was threatening before look silly and non-threatening. Which, by the way, did they ever use ridiculous on Voldemort? Because they should have. I feel like that spell was put in there as like a gag, but also to like have like a tense moment in the story. But that could have been just a relevant ass spell. They could have used it in order to like try and like fight a big bad or something. It would have been cool. But like, were the Nashville school teachers or school board or whoever who like banned the book, did they like try the spells and go, oh, it seems like it's doing a thing. Like, who has the authority to say that a fictional spell does an actual thing? Godzilla said, what would kids in Hogwarts think about the Harry Potter books? And then he's like, they're on to us. Godzilla, you bring up an interesting point. So if the Nashville thing, if they're like, the spells from the Harry Potter books are real spells, if you went to that school and you ask them, like, do you think Hogwarts is real? I wonder what they would say. Because if they said no, then you'd be like, but you're like, the spells are real? If all the spells are real, and you think that reading Harry Potter books can teach kids the spells, and your school has banned the Harry Potter books because you're afraid that they'll teach kids the spells, then why would it be weird to think that there's just a real school that does teach the spells? If they're all real and they're easy enough to learn from a book, it sounds like magic spell textbooks would just be a thing then, right? Like, I don't understand. If you think the spells from Harry Potter are real, and that they can do actual stuff, then why would you want your kids to not learn how to do it? What's the penalty? I understand stuff like the death curse, right? Like the death curse, that'd be really dangerous for a kid to learn if you think all the spells are good. But some of them are just good. Some of the spells are things that you'd think even you would want to do. Like you would want to just use in your everyday life. There's one where Hermione just fixes like Harry Potter's glasses or something. I don't see anything wrong with fixing some glasses. Niggas gotta read. Volt said, no they didn't. He said, I wish they would have, though. Volt said, imagine at the end of the book of Harry Potter, cast that spell, and it turns Voldemort into a rat with a wand. And then Volt said, like the repair spell. I do think it would have been funny if they turned Voldemort into a rat with a wand. Didn't it make them weaker to use the ridiculous thing? Like it actually like impaired their ability? Everybody should use ridiculous on Voldemort. Really on any of the enemies. Like once you learn that spell, it's just like, oh, I'm fighting a terrifying dragon. Actually, you're a mouse. Die. You know, just make it easy. Godzilla said, kids saying death threats can actually kill people. And then Volt said, on God. Let's see. Wait, what was I gonna do? Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I don't need to go here, though. I need to find, not water leather. Hard leather, which is normally rubber. Volt said, okay, Rowling had the trump card from the beginning without knowing it. That's how, like, a lot of fiction is, in my opinion. Like, you'll have a character learn a really useful power early on that's like a one-off thing. It's just there for, like, a scene, but people never use it again. Let's see, I'm messaging with my friend Alexandria, and Alexandria said that she doesn't know about any other, like, charitable websites, like Ecosia and Ocean Hero and stuff like that. I'm gonna ask her, stomach's making noises, did you hear about that school in Nashville last year that banned Harry Potter books because they thought the spells were real? And I want to get a link. I'll send the link to you guys too. Also, my elbow feels weird. Sometimes when I'm like moving it around, it'll feel sore like when it touches the seat. I'm trying to see if I can replicate it. It seems fine right now though. Maybe I'm just resting my elbow weird in the chair. Because when I pick it up and I start playing with it, it's fine. But when I sit my arm down a certain way, maybe it's just hitting like my bones or whatever. Volt said it's literally the most powerful spell in the entire universe, and she made it a damn joke. Volt said they banned it, the books, because they are ignorant. Nashville, Harry Potter, ban. Let's see. Hey, I got a new follower on PlayStation. Thank you kindly, my guy. Let's see. So they claimed risk of conjuring evil spirits. The school officially reported... The school official reportedly contacted several exorcists in the U.S. and abroad, and they recommended removing the books. Hold on, that's even crazier. So that implies that there was a school in Nashville that thought that they were being haunted by evil spirits, so they contacted exorcists from abroad, meaning like outside the United States or whatever, and the exorcists were like, yo, you gotta get rid of those Harry Potter books. That's what's causing it. The Harry Potter books are bringing in all the evil shit. You gotta ban the Harry Potter books. It makes it sound less like the school's fault and more like, it's still the school. Wait, why did they hire exorcists from abroad? When you just want to hire a local exorcist, like if you wanted an exorcist, call somebody close, or just like a priest. It's like a Catholic school. When they have priests there, I don't understand. Yo, there's a quote. They straight up have a quote in the article, and the quote says, the curses and spells used in the books are actual curses and spells, which when read by a human being risk conjuring evil spirits into the presence of the person reading the text. That is the quote that they have from the article. That's wild. So, they think the books summon like demons. I can't send you guys the URL. At least not all as one piece. It's too long. So I'll send it to you in parts. So those two put together are the URL. Oh, and I was going to send the URL to Alexandria. Hear her thoughts on it. Volt said, honestly, it grinds my gears that people would ban books. He said any book should be able to be read. Like, go fucking read Mein Kampf if that's what you want. And then he said, nah, they contacted some religious fanatics. So, have you heard of that one book? Wait, hold up. I don't know what I just did. Oh, I know what I just did. Have you heard of that one book where when people read it, for some reason they would like commit suicide? I wrote a paper in college where that book was related to my main topic, so I brought it up. I've never read it, but I'm very curious why that's a thing. Like why people would read it and then be like, I guess I don't need to live. Because I'm curious if the book's just sad, or if the book has some kind of like argument that it makes for why you should do it. In DC Comics, Darkseid's looking for this thing called the anti-life equation, which more or less is supposed to be like that. It's kind of weird. Volt said I haven't, but if you want to read it, go ahead. I'm not saying that it should be banned or anything. It's just when you mentioned, like, all books should be readable, it made me think, like, are there any books that just actually hurt people, that, like, if you read them? And the answer is no. Like, books don't hurt people, people hurt people. But that's what came to mind. He's just running away. Oh, there are multiple hippos. Let's go. Are there more hippos? Oh, that's the dude. Well, if you left your boat, don't mind if I do. Hard leather? Question mark. I literally only need one more piece of hard leather. It's 7. I want to end the stream, but I also want to get that hard leather. Because it's only one more piece. Volt said, books don't hurt people, people hurt people. In an alternate universe, this is said instead of guns don't hurt people, people hurt people. People talk about book rights. I mean, book rights is a real issue. For the reasons you brought up before. The fact that people, like, ban books and stuff. And you're essentially talking about, like, the right to free text. Now, there's a huge debate, actually, about, like, the right to free information. Some people feel like everybody should be allowed to know anything, and that there shouldn't be any restricted information. And that, I think, is somewhat concerning. Like, there are certain reasons why certain things are secret. Not stuff like books, like Harry Potter books, or like books you would find in a library. But there's things like government files and stuff where it's more like knowing certain information would give you like a strategic advantage if your opponents didn't know that, like stuff that involves like war. And I don't know why you would want everybody to know that, because it makes the information not useful anymore. Like, some information is only useful if it's secret. And I get that. Like, I think that makes sense. But to be honest, in those cases, you just shouldn't tell anybody it exists. Who can complain about a thing that they don't know is real? So it's kind of, I would say it's kind of your fault if people are like, reveal these secrets or whatever, because they shouldn't know that there are secrets to be revealed. But at the same time, you don't have to tell anybody that. I think that's fair. Bolt said, I'd honestly like to see that Twilight Zone episode. I'm sure there are like historical documents that you could find where whatchamacallit, I'm sure there are historical documents that you could find that would detail like debates about like banning books and why banning books is wrong, and debates about how some people feel like banning books is right. Bolt said, you make a good argument for why the USA doesn't reveal the aliens. If the United States was like, aliens are real, what strategic advantage does that give them? I guess technology? Yeah, I guess technology. Because for a minute I was like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. And I was like, oh. Like, if we discovered, like, aliens and they were, like, single-celled organisms on, like, Mars or something, I don't understand what the advantage would be if it was like, yeah, we're just not going to tell anybody. But if it was more of a thing where it was like, we found a UFO and now we can advance tech, like, many years beyond what it should be capable of, then I'd be like, that's different. Oh no. I saw this and my brain was like, fuck you. There's like a special material I now need to incorporate into my armor that you don't just get from like hunting animals. And I have enough of that material, luckily, but that still is kind of annoying. I don't like that. I'm very close to finishing this breastplate upgrade, but I gotta go. Bolt said political advantage too. He said, imagine being the first country to make a deal with aliens. Oh, like if you had like an exclusive relationship with aliens? That's kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know why they would feel obliged to uphold that bargain. What could you offer to aliens that other countries couldn't offer? But anyways, I'm going to end the stream for now. Soon I should be recording my Sentient AI Medieval Fantasy project. I've already named it Camelot, so expect a Project Camelot video like later tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button. Favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring the notification bell to be notified whenever I do these videos. This shows your friend, your boy, Jet Black the One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chickadee guy. Volt said they would probably offer manpower. To do what, though? And then Volt said, peace, man. Have a good time. You too. I'll see you soon. Chickadee guy.